Welcome into another episode, everybody, to It's the Dragon's Den with your hosts, Infernal Drake and Dragon's Fury.
How y'all doing?
We are back with a fun topic this go around. Shout out to all those who listened to our previous episode. That is our second most listened to episode, which is pretty cool, pretty great. We have 2 whole other seasons for you to listen to as well that I feel are just as entertaining, so go check those out. And if you want even more, Patreon link is in the bio. So we're just going to hop right into the topic. Trigger warning, this is about the various mental illnesses / conditions with a twist. This is not meant to hurt anyone's feelings, just a fun way of thinking about what is happening in your brain, if you still have these things. If not, just have fun with it. So this is going to be a very, what if scenario, since everyone is all hyped up on the multiverses of the random thing, and since that's the cool thing right now is multiverses. I don't know what's with the general public, but that being said.
Ben 10 did it before it was cool.
And before it was cool. So, some of the various things are, also this topic is courtesy of Magma, with him and his professional outlook of career path, had me thinking about this, and so
mental stuff.
So we thank him for the idea. Now we are going to talk about what if for Tourette's. I know this is not technically a mental illness, but it's still a condition that people have. Deja vu. And
Deja vu is probably one of the more annoying ones.
Multiple personality. And what was the other one? I can't remember. So those are the ones that we're going to be. And oh yeah, and we can do dyslexia. I'm pretty sure I could come up with something for dyslexia. So we're on to kick things off. So, since obviously I don't tell you these things ahead of time because I want your genuine reaction of what the actual that I am talking about.
Genuine? What is a genuine?
You know what a genuine is. Anyways, moving on.
Genuine?
That too. Jeez, it's not like you don't know what I'm saying.
I know. I just like to point out people's word errors because I always cause them.
Yep, so he's the worst. We heard it here, folks. If you were to look at it in a different way, or what is the reason for, in our kind of thought process fashion, what would you say would be the cause of deja vu?
Well, some people assume deja vu is caused by you remembering something from a alternate self or potentially a past life. That's what some people assume deja vu could be caused by.
Okay, we're on a good vein of thinking here. I'm liking it.
Yeah. What do you, other than that? What do you think can cause deja vu in your opinion?
So, not even what causes it, more of what if deja vu is the result of a time traveler meddling in an event that directly affects you. But as you said, you only get it's not actually you because, time travel, alternate timeline.
Yep.
You get a glimpse of it.
Alternate you.
That's what I'm saying. So, time travel meddling is the cause of the side effect being deja vu, which would be hilarious.
God, I would be so mad if I found out someone went back, changed something just to mess with me. I mean, you bastard.
Okay, I didn't say it was targeted, but yes, that is a reasonable reaction. If someone,
even if I wasn't the go-to target, if you are still affected by it in some way, you will be a little irritated.
Yeah, again, but no more irritated than being in traffic or wind.
Wind. Yes, because you blow away, Mary Poppins.
You know, it's like it's a thing. It affects you. You can't really do too much about it, but you know, what happens happens. So yeah, that is a thing. And for all of these, if you guys have something of a fun take on what either of these would be, feel free to share that with us. We would love to hear what comes to mind for you. Tourette's, specifically tics. What if that is actually the expression of that person receiving brain transmissions of another language, but we only presume it as random things being said? Along the lines of, like, Groot's language. He's saying a fuck ton, but all we can comprehend is, I am Groot.
He could be saying like the most like amazing thing, like world-shattering knowledge, and all we hear is "I am Groot."
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's whole conversations that are happening in those lines of but on those three words that we only hear. That what if that was like the same vein of like what Tourette's is? Just spontaneous bursts is just you getting bursts of another language in your brain. You know, just to give us a little bit conspiracy feel from last week. You know, very tinfoil hat, if you will.
When you start blinking very quickly, it's the information uploading.
Yep. Yeah. For those people who think we're in a simulation. So that's fun.
Yeah, because Tourette's is basically just like the constant repetitiveness of a singular action, right?
That is part of it. And
Part of it.
Yeah, expressions of like that. The tics, the uncontrollable action and what have you. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I was understanding Tourette's correctly. Don't want to be getting it wrong.
No, if we did, someone Google it, tell us right. Oh, well, I'm not putting that much effort into it. It's a random podcast of two guys. Speaking of side tangent.
Nope.
Speaking of random podcast, right?
Uh-huh.
I came across on TikTok a podcast. I'm pretty sure they're great. So if you know who these people are, cool. Go support them. Everyone needs to be happy. But this was the weirdest encounter that I've ever had in my life. So I'm scrolling through TikTok, and I'm seeing these videos or whatever, and I see this dude just sitting in a hot tub with a headset on. And I'm just like, what is happening here? And that's how they get you. Clickbait. It's
hot
two
tub
dudes.
Podcast?
Yes, it's a hot tub podcast. But the kicker is that at some point during the podcast, they get naked.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of that is. I don't really want to know what the purpose of that is. It's just weird, hilarious to me, because also, you have the whole hot tub category on Twitch. So this isn't just like a weird thing in general. It's just the fact that TikTok believes that I wanted to see two white dudes in a hot tub talking to some random person, i.e., clothed, and then later on naked, because, yeah.
Because that's what everyone wants to see.
What? Why, TikTok? Why? I understand showing me other podcasts because, we do the show. But the hot tub, like, this is like, this is real, like, everything is listening all the time because, like, I enjoy a good hot tub soak every once in the chance I get. But I'm not having electronics in it and trying to hold a conversation or trying to go naked with my guest.
Yeah, don't do that. No one wants to see that. But
not
yeah,
true,
no.
But
Okay, fine. I don't want to see that.
There you go. See that's the caveat. You don't want to see that.
But yeah, like, it's just weird.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. Really, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I just don't know why it thought that I wanted to know that. and then see that. And what was even crazier, because I had to know what the hell was going on here. So I go to the YouTube link. It's literally brand new. Like, the first video was, like, posted with the time I saw it, like, 3 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like,
man, they're getting some traction.
There was just two dudes that were like, yo, let's do a podcast. All right. We're going to do it in a hot tub. Cool. And at one point, we're going to get naked. What? Because the other guy's consenting to being naked with this dude in a hot tub. I don't know what their relationship is. Frankly, I don't care, because that's just weird.
It's like, leave that in the hot tub.
It's just a weird pitch to me. But again, success. Like, if you know who I'm talking about, by all means, watch the videos.
To
drop
each
a
their
subscribe.
own.
Like, drop a like, subscribe, what have you. What makes the algorithm go boom, and what appeases the machine gods. But yeah, that was just so.
The algorithm was just trying to show you other variations of a podcast,
right? And also at the same time, that's just like disrespectful, because it's like this one video of these people like had like at the time like 273 views, and I was like, but me getting a triple kill snipe doesn't get shit amongst the gamers. Explain.
Come on, gamers, go watch that video.
Like, come on, guys. Like, I'm not trying to cater to everybody, but like my people. I'm trying to cater to my people.
Gotta share the love.
Yeah, this is funny. It's like, because I know you haven't seen that one, but it was a Fortnite clip, and I showed it to my coworker. And the funny thing is that, because he wants to play Fortnite, but he just doesn't have time because he's a dad. So
understandable.
He was looking at it and he was like, "Damn, that was some good shooting." And I was like, "Wasn't it?" And he didn't realize it was me, obviously, because all I did was I sent him the link, and I was like, "Here's some disrespect for the morning. Like, this is our disrespectful thing of the morning," and it's me getting a triple kill with using a sniper rifle. And he was like, "Damn, I was like shooting," and it's like the way that he did is like whatever. I was like, "Yeah, I was really on some disrespectful shit, wasn't I?" And he's like, "That was you?" I was like, "Yeah."
Hold up.
And he's like, "Oh man, like you." So I was like, "Yeah, that was me." And then I sent him the sniper showcase as well. And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, so there's a video I made of me just sniping people, and it got me a job once." And he's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." It didn't last long, but he's like, "Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that you did." And I was like, "Okay, that's fair."
Yeah.
I just want more views on my videos. That's all. I want some side money. I want some side fun. I want to make merch. I want to be able to have a panel at a con and people come and say, "Oh my god, they love the show." That's really all I'm going for. That seems reasonable, right?
Yeah,
you guys can make that happen. All 100-something plus of you who've been listening, or the 100+ listens, all you people who are doing
make his dream come true.
At least, especially the 10 for sure that I know are the ones that are listening every week. You guys are the real MVP, because you make the numbers go woo and the graphs go crazy. Also, I'm gonna need you guys to stop doing that in sudden spurts. Like, and I say this, but keep doing it. But also, every time, because I'll reload the page just to like check to make sure everything's fine, and then it's just like this huge spike in just everything, and I'm just like, what the hell happened?
Death is what happened.
I was like, oh, traction happened. Also, when you type in Dragon on Spotify, it is us first. Yay!
Hey! Progress.
So progress, happy us. So that's cool, and funness of all things related. So back on for our last one, for the topic that I had is like, multiple personality disorder is a rushing of the reincarnation line. So you had, I imagine the reincarnation cycle as just one long line of just disembodied globes of light that kind of have like weird flashes of manifestation of humanoid figures, and then they kind of like just push and shove towards the front of the line because they're closer to being reincarnated, and then like a bunch of them like push each other together and then fall into the same body.
It's like, out of my way.
Yeah, and everyone's like, no, me versus whatever. It's like, I've been waiting to see, like, a classic line shoving scenario, and then like fall through like the reincarnation portal, and then they end up in one body, and so everyone's just like yelling in the head and then like trying to drive at the same time.
Like, all right, everyone, we got to share.
But it's not even we gotta share, because then it wouldn't be a disorder. It would just be a I have other voices in my head.
The one who wants to be in charge says we gotta share, and then everyone else is fighting over that.
Then there's a mutiny. That's usually what happens. The main one is like, hey, like, this was rightfully
like, who made you in charge?
Me. My name's on the body. Could you imagine, like, Inside Out, like, they have just the nameplate that changes as this hits the reincarnation cycle, so as one leaves because they've gone through the lifespan, it just, like, here's the nameplate of what's supposed to go into the next one.
That would be funny.
That would be so funny. And then, like, when people, like, of the stories of people, like, remembering the, their past lives or what happened to them previously is just, like, the person who, like, retired, but they left a bunch of crap at their desk.
Oh, damn.
So you're just looking through and you're just like, wait a minute. All of this makes sense.
That's where some of the deja vu comes in.
Give me a second. Yeah, that's where deja vu
is. Zuko doing something?
Zuko is doing something, and it's very concerning because it sounded like he was eating something and then trying to yarf it up into the corner.
Oh, dear God. Zuko, no.
Zuko, you need a job. You need a 9-to-5 puppy job, so that way you are tired when you come home from work. Because your energy levels are ridiculous. Also, there's a strong possibility that Mermaid did not feed him yet, and that's why he's whining at the door to get her.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
That would probably do it. That's fine. We only do short. Yes, we'll be. Yeah. So, if you would like to support Zuko's job search, please subscribe to the Patreon.
And if you have some ideas for potential jobs for young Zuko,
yes,
do let us know.
Please share for puppy jobs. Pity Huximiski. There might be yeah. I don't know if there's going to be a blip in between that, so we'll see. Because I know the audio cut for sure.
Man, technology is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Fantastic. All right, where are we at? Okay. So I think we had the blip at 18 minutes, give or take. So that means it's time for the Would You Rather. Yes. All right, let's see what we got. What's fun stuff? A genie gives you one wish. What would you rather? All right. We have we got 4 or 5 options here. 6? We'll see. Number 1. You can bring anyone back from the dead, but for how long you want them to live, the amount of time gets taken from you. So, in order to sustain them, you must use your life force. So basically a Soraka.
Got it.
Soraka syndrome. Number 2. Only if it can fit, you can. So you can change the size of your pockets.
I mean, how big are we talking?
And it's just whatever size of your pockets you need to be.
Okay.
But I'm assuming your pants don't change, so you would just have very large pockets. Let's see. There isn't a limit for how far you can go, and you can take up to 20 people. You all can still die at the time. Wow. Okay, I don't know why they did it like this. Okay, so the first option is to bring back someone from the dead.
Okay.
Second option is almost everything you can think of can pull it out of almost anything you can think of you can pull out of your pocket. Wow, English was not their first language. You can travel to the future and back to the present. You can travel to the past and forwards to the present. Oh, okay. So one, you can go to the future and come back. The other, you can go to the past and come back.
Okay.
Everything is 85% off for you. Uber sale always. And
Hello.
you make friends with anyone in the world. And then they stipulated, so for bringing someone back from the dead, you have to trade your years. And anything you could pull out of your pocket, only if it can fit, you can change the size of your pockets. I'm assuming it is meant that if your pocket is bigger, anything that would fit in a bigger pocket could be pulled out of said pocket.
Yeah, most likely.
For time travel, there isn't a limit of how far you can go, and you can bring people with you. And you gain no super abilities or whatever. You can and will interact with that time, so you can die. They felt the need to specify that. This discount will always be 85 unless the discount is higher than it at the time. So you're not going to take a 90% off deal down to 85 because of your ability. You'll still be able to do the 90. And anyone, but you have to speak their language. So the people that you make friends with, you can make friends with them as long as you speak their language.
Speak the language.
Oh, speak the language. So, what would you have the genie grant you?
I would go with the 85% off.
Yeah, that seems like the only reasonable one, especially in this economy.
Yeah.
I mean, in my personal thing, I would say make friends with anyone because hopefully I could find someone that doesn't suck and that would be able to do things with me that I want to do.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that would always be
So
good.
that's a strong second. But yes,
But
definitely the 85% off because I could get all of the passes for all the video games. And I could, oh my god, I could buy everything.
Yeah, it's like in
Would
this
I get a
economy.
discount on loan payments? You think that would count?
I mean, it said anything. It did not specify.
Everything is 80% off. Like, can I have 85% of my loan debt off of the total?
Right?
That would be great. All right, let's see. What is our second one going to be?
People looking at us like, how the heck did they get a discount?
Yeah. Speaking of discounts, what would you rather get an 80% discount on? Legos, vehicles, food, clothes, the boinking, or buildings?
I'm sorry, what was that second to last one?
The boinking.
The boinking?
Yes. We're trying to keep it PG here.
Okay, I had a feeling that's what it was. I wasn't exactly sure. Thank you for somewhat specifying. Like, well, going back to the whole economy thing, like I would say food because like that's a daily necessity. But if I want to think of a fun option, I would say car.
I'm going buildings.
True.
Rent
Houses.
is shit.
Yeah,
And yes, I would like to buy a house.
Yeah, before I didn't hear the house part. Well, yeah, the building part.
Yeah, because you're too busy focused on confirming and or denying the fact that I said boinking.
Well, yeah, it completely threw me off.
You should be used to this by now.
I know, but it's just like listening, boinking. I'm sorry, what?
Hey, people pay for that. They would want a discount too.
I'll leave that as it is.
And okay. And for the adults out there adulting, doing the grind of the 9 and 5, this question is for you. Would you rather same yearly salary for either option? And let's just say the salary is whatever is a medium up, middle class, like an upper middle class salary, whatever that dictates for you in where you are listening. Would you rather work 2 hours a day remotely, but never have a day off, and the time that you work is completely random each day, or the traditional 8 hours, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 9 to 5?
So it's either work 2 hours every single day randomly, or just the standard.
So random short days, or the standard. So random short days with no time off, or the 9 to 5 grind with earned time off.
I would just keep it as it is. Like I like having my time off. Like having 2 hours randomly, like at any point in the day, it's like it could be like, and it says randomly, so you have no idea when it's going to be.
Yep. So nope, you won't know. Is like, hey,
Yeah,
I
so
might
it's-
be working from
it's like-
1 to 2
Yeah,
here,
it's like-
and then
Yeah, it's like it's 6 in the morning, and your boss calls you, like, "Hey, where are you?" I was like, "What do you want?" And it's like you're supposed to be clocked in. It's like, shit.
shit. I would like
Yeah.
to. I would like to believe, like, in this scenario, you have some means of knowing come that day, of what you're going to be, but like actually what it is was randomized. So it's like you start, middle of the night, but the next day was already picked, and it's like, oh, middle of the morning. But then Wednesday, you're like, I don't know if it's going to be morning, afternoon, or whatever. I won't know until like maybe like the end of. Let's say that you won't know what the next day will be until the end of your shift of the previous day. Just for understanding reasons, since obviously that deep of it was not specified.
Yeah, no, I think I'll just stick with the regular 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, depending on your hours. Because just the randomness would just really mess with me.
So someone asked, how much notice do you get of your next shift? And it's 24 hours. So you will know. So, look at me and my beautifulness of guessing things. You will know a day before, like 24 hours before your next one hits. So within reason, that is, after your shift, you would know your next one. Which means you wouldn't have anything back to back because you would need 24 hours notice. So it would just be, something crazy at a weird time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The random short days might be reasonable. Who knows? I don't know. It's just me.
Yeah, just you.
It's me. But with that, we bid you all adieu. Thank you again for listening and hanging out with us for this fun randomness. If there is a blip in the audio, I do apologize now.
Technology be
Hopefully,
whack.
I am able to fix it and it's all in one file. If it's not, then yeah, you would
blame technology.
you would have figured it out that it's the end of the second part. Yeah, but everything should be together. So hope you enjoy. For those who listen to our Patreon and our regular subscriber episodes, League, we'll be doing the League opening of the capsules. Worlds has ended. We'll be talking about that, all of the new things that have been announced, Overwatch stuff, etc. So if you want to be a part of that discussion and hear what we got to say about that, head on over to patreon.com/dragonsfury55 and
55.
hang out with us
claiming
there.
all the numbers.
Or you can just subscribe normal in Spotify here. So until next week, thank you and goodbye.
See y'all then.